On January the 3rd, 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto launched the first block in the blockchain, or Bitcoin, which is the most important and mysterious block on the blockchain. It is said that the global financial system before that date is never the same as after it. Well, it is known that any type of series has a beginning. This starting block is called the Genesis block, or block 0, and it is the first in the chain of blocks, which means that any other block all along the blockchain is linked to this block by extension. They are pretty similar to us as humans. Any one of us traces back to Adam. The same idea here, any block lineage or first origin goes back to the block of Genesis. So how far has the blockchain or the Bitcoin blockchain reached? Well, since Satoshi launched the first block till the minute I'm shooting this episode in it right now, the chain has reached 744,063 blocks. So, why am I clearly stating the number up to the current minute? Because every 10 minutes, approximately there is a new block added to the blockchain. We will get to know how this is being simply done in the upcoming episode, but for today, I want to focus on block 0. On the same day, the formation block was released to the world, which is the beginning of 2009. The paper issue of the British newspaper, The Times, published a significant article discussing the failure of the financial systems all over the world and the ongoing drastic consequences of the global financial crisis of 2008. The article was also covering the banks and institutions that the British government intervened in to save from bankruptcy. Our main concern is the main title of the article, Chancellor on Brink of Second Bailout for Banks. It means that the British Chancellor of the Exchequer at the time, Alistair Darling, will probably have to intervene again to save the banks from bankruptcy. What does this story have to do with the Genesis block that Satoshi launched at the same time? If we look into the code of the block, we will find the same title of the article, its date, and the name of the newspaper clearly in the form. Satoshi often wanted to leave a message to remind the whole world of the goal behind creating Bitcoin, which is to address the imbalance in the global financial system, in his opinion, that caused a global financial crisis that cost the global economy trillions of dollars. What is strange about that block is, unlike more than 744,000 blocks published later after that in the Bitcoin blockchain, it is the only block containing a word or phrase. More bizarre is the timing itself, which remains a mystery till now. How can the timing when Satoshi issued the first block be the same the Times article containing the address written in the block's code was published? Therefore, the Saturday, January 3rd, 2009 issue of the Times newspaper is considered a very special issue. Only about 8 copies were found. The price of one copy currently exceeds $1 million. Another puzzle in the Genesis block that Satoshi Nakamoto mined is the reward for mining that block itself, which was 50 bitcoins, but those 50 bitcoins are never spendable, which is more puzzling. Why did Satoshi leave those 50 bitcoins inside the block, and they can't be traded or sold? Some say that he or she may have done this by mistake, but how can someone be able to build this complex system and still make such naive mistake? Therefore, a more logical explanation is that he deliberately left the 50 unspendable Bitcoin for a purpose. What is that purpose? No one knows. One of the puzzles related to the Genesis block, or the 0 block, is that the next block, which is block number 1 Satoshi mined, was released 6 days later on January 9th. This is strange because the average time gap between blocks is 10 minutes. So why did Satoshi's second block in the series come after exactly 6 days? Some say that Satoshi was still testing the Bitcoin network to make sure it is stable. However, another religious theory emerged as usual. It says that he or she deliberately mined the second block in 6 days, hinting at the Genesis book in the Old Testament, mentioning that the Lord created the earth in 6 days. This review was briefly covering some strange puzzles related to the Genesis block that Satoshi Nakamoto mined. We will continue to illustrate some of the basics related to cryptocurrencies, so stay tuned. So please do not miss any of the episodes for a full understanding of the basics of the entire world of digital currencies. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to follow all our episodes. Goodbye.